Hey y'all, it's me, Mademoiselle, and I focus on living a location independent lifestyle. I am in one of my favorite nooks and crannies at Hope Gardens in Kingston, Jamaica, which I have been living in for almost, it'll be 3 years in a few months. So I will be approaching my third year anniversary soon living in Jamaica. And if you have desires to move abroad, leave the U.S., or leave wherever you at, I advise you go download my Move Abroad Starter Kit, which is at mochamazel.com/starter kit, and it'll be linked below, appear somewhere. All right, it'll be somewhere for you to easily access. And it's such a beautiful day. I don't know. Let me turn this camera around real quick. Yeah, I would pivot and to give y'all a better look, but I got kind of like a weird, funky setup today. I was trying to travel lightweight because I did come here to come for a walk, and also make a video. So I brought my not so sturdy tripod. So I got a whole something out of compiled up, get the camera good and steady. But yes, I'm in Jamaica. And I love being in Jamaica. If you're new, just watch my videos. I have all of those things detailing my experience, how I went about getting residency, and all of that stuff. All right, so today we're going to talk about understanding the different cultural norms when you are moving to a new country, even if it's predominantly black. All right, so I left the U.S. for those reasons as a black person, black woman. I just So yeah, so I see why some people will have that logic, and you know, colorism is here. You know, it's other isms, capitalism, different classisms. That stuff is here still. But I still love being here more being in America. So that's what I mean. It's like I don't want to paint the picture of romanticizing places, but that doesn't mean you can't still go live a better life in these places. Um, Luckily for me, I don't have those factors dictate my operations and how I move. Like I don't care about nobody's colorism. I don't care about nobody's classism. I made this choice because I felt that's what was best for me, and that's the mindset that you need to go with it. And if you're better knowledgeable and prepared, these things won't throw you off. You'll just know like these aren't my particular people per se, and then you go and you find your people. And it's the same thing as living in the U.S. When I get confronted with colorism, or if I was to get confronted with all those different isms, it ain't my people. All right, I go wherever else. That ain't my social setting. That ain't my structure. I will either go somewhere else, see if I can, if I need. Again, I'm not one of those people that just have to be up under folks all the time. But I'm not going to put myself in an environment where I'm uncomfortable. Right? That just makes no sense. I'm not going to discount or write off a whole something because I had this one particular encounter with the individual. And again, I feel like that's also what continues to create these like diaspora wars and stuff like that, or this person from Nigeria was making fun of African Americans, so I ain't gonna ever go to Nigeria. I ain't gonna go to Africa. They don't like us, baby. You ain't been there. You ain't met the whole entire population of that country. Them people don't know you. All right. People was telling me all the time, "No, all this stuff, don't come to Jamaica. They're gonna do this, this, or that." It's the complete opposite of what my experience has been. All right. If I get a weird encounter every now and then, whatever, that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's probably a personal problem or something that they need to work through. Not going about my day. Um, so yeah, understanding like these dynamics, culturally, again, just come with an open mind. Um, just come with an open mind and be ready to learn. And again, that's not for you to tolerate certain things. That's just for you to learn how to maneuver better. All right. Um, like I said, there's a lot of things I go sometimes there's some places, but like I said, you go, you maneuver, you figure out what you like, what you don't like, and you go about your way. It's a learning experience. It's a new frontier, and some people aren't ready for that, or they're not under the impression that that's going to have to happen, and then they go running and say, "Oh, I don't like it. They don't like us. They don't like us over there, or they do this over there. They do that over there." And then the same thing, vice versa. I hear from Jamaicans, "Oh, y'all don't like us. Y'all don't like Jamaicans. Y'all do this. Y'all do that." It's the same. It's the same coin. It's two sides of the same coin. All of that still stems from again different hierarchies and things. All that stuff comes from the same place, and just a lack of understanding, a lack of knowledge, and a lack of experience dealing with each other will create these different um, dynamics. But again, it's usually the complete opposite of when you get there. And again, if you are encountered with that, just understand that it comes from just a lack of understanding. Right now, do you want to sit there and go back and forth with them and try and educate them? That's your business. I personally don't, because people who function in that particular mind frame, they have to come into that journey on their own, or they have to be willing or open to learn about it. So if I sense that somebody isn't willing or open to learn about it, like I'm not going to be bothered with it. You deal with that. I wish you the best. But some people want to sit and argue and go back and forth with people, which I think just kind of feeds back into the foolishness. It solves nothing. They still not gonna like you at the end of the day. You gonna be, pressed and stressed at the end of the day trying to explain something for somebody who really is not trying to understand you in the first place. this lady complimented me on my hair. She was like, "Who did your hair?" I said, "I did it." She was like, "You did, girl?" I said, "Yes, I did. Yes, me, I do it. Me, I do it." Trying to bypass this breeze. But yeah, so that's one thing. And then another point is living in America. A lot of we have actually been kind of like robbed of like a lot of our. Had we not been transported, we actually lost a lot of cultural traditions and things that we may deem weird or something, or now or we may look at funny. But you that's again some awareness that you have to come into. And just either figure out how to integrate yourself without compromising who you are, because I'm not telling you to compromise yourself as an individual, but just getting more familiar with things, understanding the reasons behind different cultural dynamics or reasonings and things like that, and not to again let that influence your decision, but just again come with the mind frame that I'm going to have to learn things when I come there. This is a new frontier. This is a new experience. If I get encountered with something that I do not like, that doesn't erase the whole my whole experience that I could have. Don't dwell in that. And so yeah, don't dwell in it. That's my advice in that regard. I also see, a lot of this conflict comes with us having like this center, like American centerism, where we center our existence around being American or being from these Western whatever places, the UK and all this other stuff, and we think our way is the way, right? And think about how crazy that sounds. Like these folks been living here for hundreds and hundreds of years. All right. I'm pretty sure they know this place better than you do. All right. They know what works for them, and probably however they operate is very much for a reason. Okay. There are reasons for things. And again, with you may not be having an understanding. You may think, oh, that's not the right way. Don't come with that mind frame again when you are coming somewhere. That's actually going to hinder you. It's going to hinder your growth. It's going to hinder your survival. Um, it's just not going to be. It's not going to contribute to your experience in a positive way, hardly. Um, so don't come centering. And again, not to say don't compromise who you are, but again, don't make that your thing, like your existence, and don't use that to project onto other people. Okay, especially if you're in somebody else's house. Think about somebody coming into your house and be like, "Oh, this ain't right. Oh, you need to do this like this, or you should change this. You should do that." Crazy, right? Same thing. Same thing. So just chill on that. Just be mindful and come with again, open mind, willing to learn, and don't summarize the entire population of a place from a few encounters that you may have. Again, had I listened to what people said about coming to Jamaica and Jamaicans and all this sort of stuff, y'all would have never had what I've established before. Would have never had happen. Yeah. So, uh, go with your own intentions to grow and develop and learn, and don't again take things as learning opportunities, but that doesn't mean you have to fully adapt to that or you don't have to subscribe to that. Everybody there is not going to subscribe to the same thing. Jamaica is not a monolith. People have this idea of Jamaica. Some people think they just laying up, smoking weed all day, laying up on the beach, probably not. That's a very small, minute operation of Jamaica. Um, Child, not to mention the amount of fear mongering that I've gotten being out here. You know, if you were going off of people on the internet, you would probably think you're gonna get stabbed, robbed, killed, except you step off the plane. Like that's how people paint Jamaica sometimes. And no, and again, I would never try and be dismissive of situations, but and not to say, crime is issue. I'm not gonna dismiss that. And it's an issue in a lot of places. But it's not fair to paint like the whole social structure around it, especially when you're not ever addressing like the reason those things occur in the first place. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing. There's hardly anything that I've seen in Jamaica that I ain't seen nowhere else, especially living in America. Any concentrated area that has a high level of crime in the U.S. probably has the same dynamics that people see. It's probably from the same dynamics that people associate with Jamaica, right? Same thing, just different location, and there's a more uh uh there's more negativity associated with because it's Jamaica. And so when people talking about, oh, don't come here, this happens, I'm like, have you been to some of the places in America? Like, have you? So again, be smart, be courteous, find community, and you'll be fine, in my opinion. But start with the movie bar starter kit. Before you get excited, before you buy that plane ticket, do your research, start with the starter kit. This will help make it more feasible for you. Have resources in there for you to start, obtaining skills so you can be fully remote, fully online. I have Nomad insurance, or people who live abroad outside the U.S. I have insurance in there. You can sign up for, so you'll be covered with health and medical issues when living abroad. A bunch of different resources. A lot of people do house sitting. I have a house sitting information in there. Grab the starter kit. It's like a complete starter kit to help you map this out from start to finish. All right. So that's it. I'm going to go continue my walk. Enjoy this beautiful Saturday out here in Jamaica. Okay. Um, every time I come to Hope Gardens, it's like a photo shoot or something. It's so pretty. People all dressed up in their clothes. It's a wedding shoot, or it's like a family shoot, or it's something. And I think now they have like a little wedding structure or something up that I seen. I'm gonna go peek. But yeah, so yeah, have a good day. I will see y'all later.